Caleb Book, and my topic for my persuasive speech was assisted suicide. In October of 2014, after Brittany Maynard was diagnosed with cancer, she was terminally ill and didn't have much time left. Brittany was given medicine to offset the pain and make her comfortable until she would die. But it wasn't enough for her. Then, after a long decision, she met with a group named Compassion and Choices to make a little video. In this video, she talked about why she wanted the right to determine when her life would end. This is one of the bravest things someone could do in her situation. Brittany Maynard is one of the many who are struggling with the right to end their own life when they are terminally ill. Like Brittany Maynard, many others are going through the same thing. They want the right to decide when they die. Two of the biggest reasons those who wish to die on their own terms give as the reasoning is that it is cost-saving and that it's a human rights issue. First of all year after year, millions of dollars are spent on keeping those terminally ill alive. In 2015, Medicare paid $55 billion in doctor bills within the last few months of their patients' lives. This number is huge. They also estimated that around 20 to 30% of those last medical procedures only added almost to no help for their patients. So why is assisted suicide a problem when the help they are receiving isn't really doing much to relieve their pain? Also, nowadays, medical care is set up so that you don't even see your doctor for more than an hour. How does one expect to stay alive if they can't even see their doctor for the time that they need? Even if they discuss what is going on, most terminally ill patients are just thrown into a treatment that is going to prolong their suffering. In some cases, such as chemotherapy, it will make them even sicker to begin with. Why would someone who is already terminally ill want to be sicker? Why would someone who is already terminally ill and not feeling well want to keep on feeling horrible when they have the option to end their own life? Thus, not giving a doctor the right to determine when their life would end. This gives the patient more leverage in their life, and when one is already feeling horrible, this one small act can mean the world to them. Next, the idea of assisted suicide is also a human rights issue. In Oregon, the voters have decided to allow doctor-assisted suicide. The government ruled that there is no constitutional right and that the states themselves are entitled to legalize this practice. Now the question is, which circumstances are acceptable for assisted suicide? If the states have the right to decide if it's legal to perform doctor-assisted suicide, then why hasn't the government made a stance on it either? It's not like all the terminally ill live in Oregon and have that right. Those who live in other states and are also terminally ill should be allowed to determine when they're ready to go. It shouldn't be a state-level decision, it should be a national-level decision. Since there are only few states that allow this practice, doctor-assisted suicide is considered a human rights issue. Those who are ill deserve the right to decide when they would like to die and on their own terms. But the United States government made this a state's decision, and the other states do not have the right to decide when they would like to die, and that isn't fair. Humans have the right to decide when they would like to die and on what terms. We as humans and Americans have the right to decide many other aspects of our lives. When we get up, where we go, what we do with our lives. So why can't we decide when we want to die? This is a violation of our most basic human rights. If we are so free, then why are we not free enough to decide when we want to live or not? In conclusion, doctor-assisted suicide should be legal because those who are ill and suffering enough should not have to suffer until their last days. They should be given the right to decide when they would like to die. This is not only a human rights issue, but it's an issue with medical expenses and costs. Now I know this is horrible to say, but the amount of money that would be saved on keeping the terminally ill alive is substantial. Now I challenge you to think about this deeply. If this issue ever comes up on a ballot, think about Brittany Maynard and how she felt in her last days. Imagine yourself terminally ill and not wanting to live anymore. What would you do?